Emily Goodwin here with Writers of the Future, and today we have a very special guest, Bhagyashree, all the way from India. Bhagyashree, welcome.
Hi, I'm so excited to meet you. Hi, so how are you doing?
I'm great. I'm so excited to meet you. I'm glad that we finally get to talk because I've heard all about you and you sound like such an amazing person. 16 years old, right?
Yes, I'm 16. I'm a high school junior right now.
Amazing. And I hear you recently entered both the Writers and the Illustrators of the Future contest. So tell me, how did that come about?
Yes, so I'm actually, if I may say, my favorite pastime is entering literary contests. So once upon time, I actually searched on Google that where will I get some literary contests that are actually free, which don't have bias on based off national boundaries and which don't limit or based upon students' age. So I came upon this L. Ron Hubbard's Writers of the Future contest, and I was pretty excited when I saw that there was no age limit for the competition. So then I started searching for more information. I read the winning stories. And then a month later, I worked upon my own story. It was 26 pages long, and I entered a contest. And then in the next quarter, I entered even for the illustrator contest. And I'm so glad. And I'm sure it was the first time, but it will never be my last time. I'm of course, entering for the next quarter too.
Wow, that is so amazing. I can't, you're 16. You are so amazing. I mean, you just went for it. I'm so proud of you. I don't know that much about you yet, but I am amazed by you already.
Thank you. I've actually co-authored two books. One was Young Storytellers, other was Perspective and Visuals. And I've just completed a 200-page manuscript, and tomorrow I'm sending it to publishers. So wish me luck.
Well, good luck with that. And
Thank you.
you won another award for your writing as well, correct?
Yeah, so back in 2018, I won the Hindustan Times Scholarship Award for creative writing. So that time I was in eighth grade, if I'm not wrong. So I was supposed to write an essay on creative writing, and then I was interviewed by the editors of the newspaper. Hindustan Times is actually the leading newspaper in India. And then in the second year, I actually won the award, and yeah, that's the best memory in my life.
Oh, wow. Wonderful. What did you write about?
So the topic was about technology and addiction to technology, actually. So it was pretty much exciting because our generation is so much addicted to technology. If not addicted, at least we are dependent on technology. So I entered it for the second time when I was in eighth grade. So the first time I was selected for an interview with editors, and second time I actually made it to the award. I actually wrote it by starting that how we are so dependent on technology, and when the Wi-Fi gets shut down, we feel like it's a doomsday scenario. So I started my essay like that, and it went on pretty well, and that was my first experience of a really good contest.
Yeah, wow, that's amazing. You know, we didn't even have Wi-Fi when I was growing up. So,
Yes.
and so after you found out about the Writers of the Future contest, you mentioned to me earlier that you read this book, right? With the garden.
Yes, I read that book. It's really good, I must say. I've never been a fan of science fiction. I've just read Harry Potter books. Because I'm 16, I'm still a kid. So I read Harry Potter books in terms of fantasy. And then I came upon this book, and I read the first story, Garden of Tianzi, and it was really good. It was really interesting. And that story actually inspired me to write a 26-page story and enter it for Writers of the Future, third quarter. And that was a really good book. And I think I must tell my friends also to read it.
Oh, that's great. That's awesome. And did you read any other stories in the book or just the Garden of Tianzi so far?
No, I have actually read other stories too. The second one was about Hiroshima and Nagasaki, the bomb blast. If I'm not wrong, I actually read it months ago, but I really enjoyed the Garden of Tianzi, so I remember it pretty well now too. So, and I really like the illustrations too in the book, and that inspired me to enter the Illustrators of the Future contest and for the fourth quarter.
So you're a writer and you're an illustrator. I mean, at 16, that's just astounding. I'm telling you.
Thank you. I actually believe that we as youth have great power and potential, and we can do anything. So, in a couple of weeks, I'm also going to start a youth magazine. So, yes, wish me luck. Yes.
So tell me about that. What's this youth magazine going to be about?
So I have a couple of contacts with winners of other amazing contests like Writers of the Future. So I'm going to be interviewing them because I feel that we as youth have great power to inspire the world because we are going to be the future of this world, right? So I'm going to start a magazine. I'm going to interview and try my hands on reporting because want to have a career in journalism and creative writing. So I think it will be hands-on experience for me in even actually during this lockdown time. So I actually want to connect people from around the world together because I don't believe in boundaries, but I believe in unity as well. So yeah.
Wow. You're a very inspiring person.
Thank you so much. Actually, it's the contest, like the ones which you hold and many other contests worldwide that actually inspire me to do more and to constantly work hard and push myself. So I told you already, my favorite pastime is entering contests. That's weird, but yeah, I'm really proud of it.
Nice. Well, with your type of persistency, you will be going places.
Yes.
All right.
Yes. So
And so you recently also found out about the L. Ron Hubbard Writers of the Future online workshop, and I heard you just took that recently as well, huh?
yes, I actually read all over the workshop and I found it to be really helpful. And I actually advise every budding writer like me to read through the workshop. The workshop actually inspired me to write my stories in third person, which I had never done before, because I actually I found it hard to write my story in the first person because it lacks perspective. So I think it was David Farland, the judge. I've read many stories about him. So yes, so he wrote many tips on writing about writing in third person, and I think for about jotting down our idea as soon as it's raw and fresh, and that's really important because I keep on procrastinating, and that's really bad because once the idea is gone from your head, you cannot write it anymore. And then there were some tips and stories from L. Ron about himself. So I read about it. It was pretty inspiring and informative too.
Yeah. And was there an essay that you saw in there that you got more out of than the others? Particular favorite?
I don't remember the title of the essay, but I think it was in the second part of the workshop. Not second part, but I think it was in the start of the workshop. So that said how L. Ron Hubbard was given a particular words to write and to craft a story out of it. So how he actually wrote, how he started building the story and that process, and then I think it was David Farland who wrote about it that it's not important to complete the whole story when it's fresh, but I think it's important to at least work upon it. And then even about writer's block. So yeah, that was really helpful because I had never written a science fiction story, and all my short stories were always about 2,000 words or 3,000 words. And I think L1 Hubbard's Writers of the Future contest had a word limit of 17,000 words, and that was
Right.
really so this was my first experience of writing a really long story, and I must say that was the best experience I'd ever had.
Wow, that's great. Well, I definitely wish you the best of luck with your story that you submitted. I hope you win because if you do,
Thank you.
that means that we fly you out to Hollywood for a week-long workshop where you get to meet people like
Wow.
in person.
Wow.
And
So I've seen the prize distribution videos from the YouTube account of Writers of the Future, and they're really amazing. I feel like leaping from a seat in India and just flying over to Hollywood just for that prize. And if I even don't win for this photo, but yes, wish me luck. But then I will always keep on entering the contest
that's
till I grow old.
yeah, that's the thing about the contest is that you can keep entering as many times. You can enter, there's 4 quarters in the year. You can enter every quarter if you want. And the
Yes.
more you write, the better that you're going to be at writing. So you just keep entering. Some people have entered 25 times and then won the contest. So
Yes, I've read about it in the book which you actually showed. I think a writer had entered 5 times in the contest, and then he won. I think he was a finalist for the sixth time, and he won the contest for the seventh time. That's so inspiring because that's the spirit, to keep trying and trying until you succeed. That's so good.
Yes, absolutely. Well, you sound like you have your head on straight and you're on the right track, and I believe you are going places.
Yes, thank you so much, and I would like to thank you too for conducting such a contest, which doesn't have the contest fee, which is not age restrictive, which doesn't bias on the base of national boundaries, because I believe that's so bad. But then your contest is just so useful. It's such a good platform for budding writers like me. Thank you for conducting this contest, if I may say.
You are so welcome. That is how L. Ron Hubbard, when he started the contest and as he was funding the contest, that was exactly what he had in mind, so that anybody, people like you, anybody that wanted to be a writer had the opportunity like this. So you're so welcome, and it was there for people just like you.
Yes, thank you so much. Because every time I see any contest, it's so age restrictive, because it always shows you need to be 18 years old at least. And this contest doesn't have any age restrictions. So that was so good. That was so good.
That's awesome. And so, for anybody listening, do you have a website or somewhere people can find out more about you?
Yes, I actually run an Instagram account which focuses solely on poetry, because I'm a poet. So it's actually Bhagyashree Poetry. I will spell it out for you. It's BHAGYASHREEPOETRY. So that's my account, and you can find some really good poetry out there. I'll keep continuing growing my account and the websites and blogs. So yes.
Perfect. Well, look her up, everybody. She is amazing and truly inspiring. And it's been amazing.
Thank you.
It's been amazing speaking to you. And I wish you the absolute best of luck with your submissions to Writers of the Future. I hope you win. And good luck with
Thank
the
you.
magazine that you're starting. And if you need any writers or illustrators for interviews, you just let me know. You have my email address.
Oh my God, thank you so much. That was so sweet of you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
And anybody who's watching, you can, the contest, the book that she's talking about, the online workshop, that's all available at writersofthefuture.com. So, Bhagyashree, it's been amazing speaking to you, and I look forward to having more conversations with you in the future.
Yes, I too look forward to it. So, yeah, have a nice day.
Thank you.